Hello, and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager 3 stream. My name is Adam. I am the Community Manager of Franchise Hockey. With me, as always, is FHM producer Jeff, who is not pictured on your screen. Say hi, Jeff.
Hey, everybody.
And we are back with the 2017-2018 Detroit Red Wings, and we are desperately trying not to get fired. As you can see, if we go to our Manager tab and look at
we are
owner confidence, we are about halfway. We are not sitting very good.
Yeah. And we are pretty much, I think, in the bottom third of the league right now. I did notice something looking through the save, trying to figure out where we were going wrong. Something we probably want to change is under the global tactics on the strategy screen.
Okay.
We've got offensive risk taking it set to high risk, and I don't think that's a good idea with the group of forwards. I mean, it's not like we've got a ton of scoring.
So we should go very high risk?
We're still waiting for some guys to develop. And yeah, not quite. But I mean, right now, if you look at the league stats, we're literally dead last in the league for shots against. So we're not, Mrazek is struggling, but we're not making it any easier on him.
Yes.
And I think any goalie that we plug in there is going to have problems the way we're playing. So we definitely need to tone that down a little bit. And we may want to look at slowing the tempo down a little bit too. Just to try to get those shots down a little bit and give the goalies a fighting chance to keep us in games.
Okay, so we switched offensive risk taking to normal and switched tempo to low. Is that kind of what you're thinking?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Our tactics still, we're looking at the brick system because we're pass first. And then defensive, we do have some guys on the back end who can move pretty well. So we are trying to generate offense from our defense. I also have a couple...
I wouldn't change anything in the bigger tactics, but
yeah.
Go ahead.
I got a couple trades because we had discussed possibly making some trades the last time we streamed the Detroit Red Wings, and Mrazek could be gone. We're going to wait and see how the teams react to our offers, and we'll address them then. Right now, we got a game versus Montreal. I put Mrazek back in. I'm just kind of going to quickly sim this game because I'm expecting we're probably not going to win. And a sim game, and we lost 3-1. Ollie Mata got us our goal, but what happened? We got outshot 31-21. Got out hit 21-14. Got out face off too. Nothing really that great.
Almost a little. That's 400 the season after, though.
Yeah. So we'll take a quick look here, and Nico Hischier did not have a great defensive game rating. -141 defensive game rating. Gustav Nyquist, 40.
You're really letting Andrew number 9.
Say that one more time.
You're really letting Andrew Kopp 99.
Okay, well, let's go make that change then right now.
Do you want to change that uniform number? Just say that's something that will be coming for FHM4. We're going to have better. We're going to be able to handle retirements, so you won't see anybody with 9 anymore.
Okay, we're going to give him the number 44.
And we really we got Hischier wearing number 9 for the Wings, so that would be retired in real life. But we will have the real retired numbers in the next version of the game.
Okay, he is going to be number 1 because he was our first draft pick. Because that would be the perfect number for him. Mid-change, player playing out number 1. Welcome to the stream, CS High 312 and Good of Creative. Thanks for coming and tuning in. And let's see if maybe we get some feedback on our trades. We have, so I made a trade offer with the Pittsburgh Penguins. And let's take a look here. Gar Snow might get fired. Cronwall is officially back healthy. And we have, alright, we can grab 23-year-old goaltender Matt Murray for Peter Mrazek, Mark Stahl, Vili Sajarvi, and a third-round pick. What's your thoughts on this, Jeff? We had discussed this kind of off-air after the last time we streamed, trying to decide if this was something we should do.
Yeah, it's obviously a little bit of an upgrade in goal for us. Not a huge one, but I think it's, I can't really blame Mrazek too much since we were playing that high-risk style. That was probably hurting him. So, it's the worst thing we're giving up anybody out of our active lineup other than Stahl. Because let's see, who have we got on the in Grand Rapids defense-wise? Is there anybody we can call up?
We might have something coming else, but are you okay with this trade? Do you think we make this trade?
Yeah, I think you can go ahead with that.
All right, we will complete this trade, and we now have Matt Murray in net for us. So we'll make sure we dress him and get him immediately as our number one goalie. We're going to miss...
And you need to...
we're going to advance one more day to see... Oh, no, someone was on waivers. Too late. Missed who it was. We're going to advance one day to see if our other trade offer was maybe accepted, which might help our defense. And we did get it. Okay, Ben Sherratt and Christian Thomas are on waivers. Sherratt might not be a terrible defensive pickup for us, but we'll discuss that in a second. Taylor Hall has reached 500 games. We have another trade possibility with Calgary. So, we get Dougie Hamilton for Kevin Gravel, Philip Honrick, Michael Furland, and a third-round pick in 2019. So we're giving up 2 third-round picks.
Yeah, I mean, that's another offense first defenseman, which we've already got a ton of, but it's enough of an upgrade that I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
We'll have to call up a replacement for Furland. And
Furland wasn't playing right now, so
it's not a big deal.
The guy who we lose is Philip Honrick, basically, who's kind of an up-and-coming guy for us.
Honrick, yeah.
But I think it's worth losing him for Dougie Hamilton. So we're going to complete this.
Yeah, we can bring up somebody like Tyler Bertuzzi to fill that spot.
All right, so we now have a slightly stronger defense as we dress him. Okay, let's take a little look here. Let's let our assistant create the lines. Dougie Hamilton comes in on the second defensive pairing, and Nicholas Cronwell moves down to the third, which I think is actually probably a good thing.
Yeah, Cronwell's been kind of going downhill. C.S. Tyson, he started a new game in 1960. Who are you playing as?
All right. Always good to start some classic games. So now we have Schultz, Fowler, Ekholm, Hamilton, Cronwell, Matta. I kind of like that defensive pairing. So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be kind of turnover prone, but at least we're not playing that high-risk style anymore, so should be a little safer, and hopefully does a little bit better than Mrazek did.
All right, so let's we'll play this game versus Philly and kind of watch and see how things go. Oh, Thomas Greiss has ended up on Philly. Interesting. We're going to play. We're going to send through the first period and watch, and on the first shot on net, Matt Murray starts his career giving up a goal to TJ Brennan, his first goal of the year.
Okay, that's not promising.
All right, moving on. We're getting badly outshot, 12-4, and they score again. Trevor Daley scores, assisted by Konechny and Shen. We are getting destroyed on defensive tactics, penalty kill, offensive, and defensive. That's our power play is up. That's not very good.
Now, CSI playing as the Rangers in that 1960 game. Well, it worked out pretty good in ours. I mean, the one we're playing in 70 with the Kings. I think the Rangers have won the Cup 4 out of 5 years.
I believe so. Yes, they have been surprisingly good. Just taking a quick look to see if there's any tactics we should really change. But I'm not seeing much that is...
No, I wouldn't adjust anything now. We need to kind of leave that alone for a little bit and let things settle in.
All right. Let's send to the end of the next period. And we'll see we scored. Anthony Mann.
Oh, I thought you were talking about tactics. I thought over...
No, it's strategy.
I think you were talking about tactics in the individual game. Yeah, if you can...
Okay, do you want me to look at something? We just scored. It's now 2-1. Or keep going. All right, we'll keep going. And unfortunately, we just got scored on again. And it's 3-1. And 3-1 entering the third period. Outshot 27-14 so far. In our first game, Dougie Hamilton's actually playing very well, so that's good to see. And Thomas Tatar scores, assisted by Evgeny Kuznetsov. Just shy of 2 minutes in, and suddenly it's 3-2. Always nice to see.
Yeah, close in games. We're losing by a goal or two.
That doesn't help us win, though.
Actually, coming into this save, we had lost 3 shootouts.
Yes, well, we're not going to be long for this team if we can't rattle off some wins at some point. Now, one of my friends playing was having some problems, and he ended up firing himself as head coach, and instead brought in Mike Keenan to coach his team, and it turned them around. Of all things.
Well, it works to turn them around for about a week or so, and then
Build the confidence.
lose the players within a month or so.
All right, 5 minutes left, and we are still down 3-2. And we've been outshot 35-18 at this point. Do you think perhaps we should try and get the puck on net more? Maybe our pass, the Burke system isn't working quite as good as we hoped? And empty net goal, we lose 4-2.
And I mean, I don't want to change season because that's going to make us even weaker than we are right now. We've pretty much got to stick with this for the rest of the way. I mean, we're going to, by the time the team gets into it, we may be out of a job already. So it's a little late to be doing that.
Well, should we be targeting a scoring forward to help us? We picked up Backlund. Should we be heading?
We already did get Backlund. No, I think we've got enough scoring, and somebody to develop a little bit more. We've got Kuznetsov. I wouldn't make any more major roster changes at this point. We can tinker a little bit during games and try to find the best matchup from game to game, but I wouldn't be trying to make major changes right now.
Well, I didn't know if we should be trying to target someone like Taylor Hall. Not Taylor Hall. What's the other guy's name? Plays with Dallas.
Jamie Benn?
No, the other guy. Oh, I'm so
The
bad
other
with
guy,
names.
Tyler Seguin?
That's it. Tyler. Seguin. Just take a quick look at the who's on the trade block to see if there's anybody interesting standing out who we should be looking at. Doesn't really look like it. And we'll continue on till we get to probably our last game before Christmas. And game versus LA. Take a quick look. And we'll leave Matt Murray in.
Back at home?
Back at home. And the sim game. And we.
What kind of numbers did Murray have with Pittsburgh before he came over?
No, we'll look at that in a second. And we actually won this game 5-2. All right, versus LA. They are actually one of the league leaders with 55 points. Dougie Hamilton.
It's important too because it breaks the.
Yes, our bad losing streak at home.
CSI asking about FHM4. Yeah, that's basically right. Sometime in the fall and probably near the start of the new season. Very approximate. things can change.
Yes. Good games from just about everybody. Some kind of... Ollie Mata had a 40 defensive game rating. Not exactly what you want from...
Yeah, I mean, none of our top defensemen really is well, we got Cronwall, but other than that, after trading Stallway, there's not a lot of defensive standouts
Yeah.
in that group.
With Pittsburgh this year, Matt Murray played in 22 games. He was 12-9-1, with 60 goals against for a 3.19 goals against average and an 8.97 save percentage.
Okay, I guess that's why they were willing to move him. He's been kind of brutal.
Yeah, with us, so he's got a 935 save percentage, so that's okay.
Yeah. And P-Walk's trying to get us to trade Zetterberg again.
We are not trading him.
Yeah, we're hanging by a thread as it is. I think getting rid of the most popular guy on the wings is probably not going to do a whole lot for job security.
It looks like Pittsburgh is very upset with Jim Rutherford, and they're looking at possibly firing him. So maybe they didn't like that trade very much.
Yeah, they're sitting right around 500, it looks like.
Which is also maybe why they're willing to move Matt Murray. But they also got a pretty good goalie back in... Oh, no. Wait a second.
In Morant, yeah.
Apparently we're playing on Christmas at Pittsburgh. So we play at
that's odd. It's supposed to leave that...
We are playing at Toronto in Christmas on Christmas Eve, which means we're going to get destroyed because that's what happens.
Oh, I know why. This is an Olympic year. That's 2018 Olympics. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to just go...
So that's probably going to mess with the schedules.
And try and change some stuff to try and help us. Since we have constantly... when have we not got destroyed by this team? Any idea?
In this game or in all of them? I can't remember the last one. For some reason, the Leafs just wreck us.
I don't remember the last time we beat...
I think it's just some sort of karma thing. We made fun of the Leafs so much in these games that.
It finally.
But for some, when we actually played the games of the Leafs, we didn't really go anywhere. I'll figure that out.
And we tried. We tried hard. Backlund's now our third line center. All right. Alright, let's give this a shot. Right, Ben Bishop is in net for them. So we'll start play and get going here. PWOG66 in the chat asks, will there be a public beta test for FHM4, Jeff?
Public one, no.
No.
We'll have our, do our usual internal beta testing, and we'll probably maybe looking for some new testers, but we won't have a public one.
And we scored a goal to go up 1-0. Gustav Nyquist assisted by Mikael Backlund. All right. And killed off a 5-on-3. But Murray doesn't catch, and Zach Smith scores to tie it up, assisted by Zaitsev and Bozak. We're still getting outshot here, 37-23. But Ekholm just scored to make it 2-1 with 12 seconds left on the clock in the second period, assisted by Fowler and Tatar.
Okay, so maybe we're coming out on the winning end of these one-goal games now. We'll see.
Yeah, we're actually good on everything except for our penalty kill is dreadful on these points. Toronto's power play is 63-37.
Yeah, a lot of that is probably just Matthews.
We should try and trade for him. That'd work, right?
That'll be a tough one to get.
And Kuznetsov buries another one, assisted by Justin Schultz, to put us up 3-1.
So finally getting blown out by the Leafs.
Don't say that. There's still too much time left.
Now we're safe. Famous last words.
Knock on wood, knock on wood. All right, Jeff, we haven't talked about it yet. What were your feelings on the Stanley Cup final?
I'm not wildly surprised. I expected Tampa to do a little better than no goals at all in the last two games, especially after they turned it around.
Did you say Tampa?
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know why I said Tampa. I was just reading before we went on about the possible Galchenyuk-Druin trade, so I had Tampa on the mind.
That makes a little more sense then. Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, it's not hugely surprising, and Crosby is probably, in a reasonable discussion for maybe top 5 players of all time. 3 cups now.
And it's 3-2
2 Olympics.
now. Jake Gardiner is assisted by Austin Matthews. Just 2 minutes left.
How much time we got?
We've given up 51 shots on net. 1 minute left.
Yeah.
I really liked Satsu scores to make it 4-2, and we have won this game.
Nice.
I was not surprised that.
Oh, there we go. We finally broke the Leaf jinx.
Finally happened. That should save our job right there. Take a quick look.
Yeah. The other thing I was happy to say, we were getting into trouble there too because we had lost so many games in a row, which is a big trigger for potentially getting a firing. So I mean, if you can, if your job seems to be in trouble and you're in a losing streak, even if you can squeeze out one win, that may hold it off a little bit.
Yep. There's another question in the chat.
Just asking about updates on the Year Zero fictional draft. Which was that one we had done before?
No, we have not done a fictional.
He's asking about in the chat now.
We talked about.
Okay. He's asking if we're going to do one. Yeah.
It's still on the
We
list.
still could get that in at some point.
Yes.
There's a couple other things that we were thinking about doing for just variations for the Twitch stream, but nothing definite yet.
I guess we better leave Matt Murray in to play Pittsburgh, huh?
That would seem like a good idea, yeah. You get some revenge there.
And so and they score on their first shot, Sidney Crosby, assisted by Phil Kessel. And of course,
Matt needs a little work on his focus there, I think.
Mark Stahl picks up an assist on the first goal. And we are out shooting them right now, which is interesting. And then we score to tie it up. Andreas, assisted by Dougie Hamilton. Excellent. And its shots are 13-10, tied 1-1 after the first period.
Okay, so we want to hopefully slow it down a little bit. I mean, this is Pittsburgh, though, so even if they're struggling this year, they've still got the...
Mark Stahl is coming back to bite
shot?
us as Patrick Hornquist, assisted by Mark Stahl and Tom Kunako. It's now 2-1 Pittsburgh. And then Phil Kessel scores.
Oh, one thing I'm seeing with Pittsburgh, apparently Malkin is out indefinitely with an elbow injury, so that helps a little bit for us.
And Russ scores to make it 4-1. Yeah, this is sure helping. All right, we're down 4-1. I don't even think there's any point changing.
Okay, well, I mean,
we'll just hit.
Yeah, I think that's a little too far.
And it's 5-1.
Write this one off to it being Pittsburgh and
Christmas Day loss.
Apparently we were saving out for this game.
And 6-1, Sidney Crosby scores, and game over. We got our butts kicked by Crosby.
And ironically enough, look who we got next. It's Nashville.
Of course. We just got destroyed there. P-Wog, I will do a fictional. It might not be a Wednesday night either. Maybe just one night I'll just suddenly go, I'm going to do this. And we'll get it done.
Yeah, it's like to get a little more of that sort of stuff, the one-off videos in. Just a matter of finding time to do them.
All right, so it's
Nah.
December 27th, and we're playing Nashville. I'm going to put Bernier in net.
Who is also struggling this year.
And we will sim the game, and we lost 3-0. So,
Ouch.
oops.
Yeah, so much for our little winning streak. Oh, the schedule does appear to get a little bit easier from this point on.
Well, it certainly can't be any worse for us. All right, let's get Matt Murray back in as our number one, playing St. Louis, who are doing quite well, if memory serves. Oh, they're 21-13-7. Sim the game, and we lost 4-3 because we gave. Nope. We scored 2 goals in the third to make it close.
No, didn't even get a point out of it though.
Nope. The good
How's
news
our
is-
owner confidence looking at this point?
Does it update a lot during the month? That's something I've always, kind of looked at. I've never been really sure.
I think it's a monthly. I think that one updates monthly. I mean, it is changing through the month, but I don't think the page itself actually updates till the end.
Okay, PWA.
So once we hit December, January, we should.
This is why we have not traded Henrik Zetterberg. He is considered the best role model and the smartest hockey player. So we will not let him go. Owner confidence.
Even if he is 37 and still has a huge contract for 3 more years.
Yes, he's still sitting around 50%. All right. Let's just see if we can change some tactics here. Put on a punishing defenseman. Quarterback. Playmaking defenseman. We badly need a win here to close out the year. So let's get as many countering rolls as we can. Aggressive forechecker, perfect for several guys. And we can see setup man. Alright, let's try this game versus New Jersey. Into the end of the period, and we scored. Anthony Mantha, assisted by Andreas and Matto. Apparently, our penalty kill was not very good.
I think it's mostly those defensemen we've got. We've got a lot of offensive guys, and not a whole lot of, especially with Stahl gone, not a whole lot of guys who can clear the front of the net.
Well, we needed to get. And
Yeah, Ekholm's a big guy, but he's not particularly physical.
And Mike Camilleri scores to make it 2-1. And that's the end of the second period. We continue to push forward and go, come on. As we push towards, hopefully, and we scored again. Dylan Larkin comes through with his 12th goal of the year, assisted by Ekholm and Zetterberg. Bad talk him, and he comes out and scores.
Young guys are starting to progress a little bit. Larkin's finally scoring again after kind of a rough start to the year, and Mantha's, I think, passed his point total already from last year.
Yes. Well, we're getting some goals, and we're up to 36 points on the year, which is still terrible, but guys are coming along.
Where are we overall right now?
16, 26, and 4.
Match.
PWOG66 in the chat says, my Grand Rapids won the Calder Cup.
Yeah, I looked at the AHL in our game a minute ago, and we're doing pretty well with Grand Rapids as well. So lots of prospects coming. Just let's hope we're still around to see those guys make the big team.
Yeah. And we continue. Austin Matthews, named NHL Star of the Month, and surprisingly, development report. We can see we have lots of people going up and nobody going down, so that's a really good sign.
I mean, we've got such a young team too. I think Zetterberg's the only. Is Abdelkader 30 now? Zetterberg and Cronwall are the only guys over 31, I guess.
Oh, that's what we needed, though. We needed some guys who were not seeing anybody jumping huge.
Yeah, you probably won't see too much of that during the regular season. That's more of a training camp thing where you get multiple increases or decreases out of one guy.
I was hoping Liljegren goes up in fighting, because that's what he needs to do. Yep. Perfect.
Yeah, I'll toughen up a little bit. Not going to hurt him.
All right. Let's go to tomorrow and see what our manager's confidence is, or our owner's confidence is, not a manager. That's what everybody wants to know.
Yeah, let's hope it's at least still in the yellow.
All right. Board confidence update. Really disappointed. The team has been slightly better, but the performance needs to improve. We are 4-7-3. Owner confidence is we are now into the orange. So we dropped a bit, but we didn't drop crazy far.
Okay, well, yeah, it's starting to get. I don't want to see a long losing streak at any point. I mean, if we get past 3 or 4 games, it may be panic time.
Yep.
But who have we got coming up here? Columbus, Bruins, Dallas, Carolina. So fairly soft schedule for the next few days. And Bruins again, Carolina again.
All right, so we got this game.
Hopefully we can get a little bit of a mini turnaround. We got the All-Star or the Olympic break coming on February the 9th. And this is still, it's the 2018 Olympics. The NHL players will be going to that in this game because they hadn't made the announcement that they're not going yet. Don't ask me what we're doing for FHM4 because we still haven't really decided on that. Although if the NHL sticks to their guns and says they're not sending players, we will have to change that in the game. So the 2018 Olympics could look interesting in FHM4 if it's only non-NHL guys.
I'll deal with it as it is. Which will actually make managing the teams a little more fun, to be honest.
Yeah, the Olympic ones, it'll be a much more competitive tournament for sure. I mean, the Russians will be tough because of the KHL, and Sweden and Finland and Czechs as well. So I guess the Canadians will be coming. I don't know if they'd let the AHLers go or not, or are we going to be pulling guys out of junior or Europe or by?
I think they'll be looking Europe and AHL.
I mean, there's still, there's decent Canadians in the KHL. It'll be pretty much the usual Spengler Cup team.
Well, it's
plus a few guys.
more looking at who they're going to have in net. And I kind of wonder if they're already looking at a guy like Eric Comrie who plays for the Manitoba Moose, because they brought him on like the World Championship team this year.
I mean, assuming they could even use the NHL contracted AHLers.
I'm sure they could. And
I don't know if the NHL is saying they're not sending players. I think that'll extend to the AHL guys as well. I think it'll be limited to the AHL guys who are actually signed to AHL teams.
You had to say it was a soft game versus Columbus, huh? We're down 3-0 at the end of the first period.
Oh, nice.
Same for the second.
Oh, actually, it looks like Columbus is tough this year. There were...
Dylan Larkin comes through, scoring another goal, assisted by Schultz and Fowler. Make it 3-1.
Well, at least he's scoring now.
At the end of the second, we're out shooting them. And Kuznetsov scores one, assisted by Tatar and Hamilton to make it 3-2. And things get a little more interesting.
Okay, coming back.
And then we give up another goal immediately to make it 4-2. Atkinson scores assist by Wierzinski and Hartnell. Despite the fact we are out shooting them, we just can't bury a goal, and they score on the empty net, so it's 5-2 and we have lost.
3 in a row now?
Yes. PWOG66 in the chat asked when the NHL expansion draft is, and I believe that's June 24th, is that correct?
21st, week today.
Is it 21st? I thought that, oh, you're right, the draft's on the 24th, is that right?
Oh, right. No, yeah. See, I think they release the protected list on the 21st.
Oh, yes, that's
draft
right.
on the 24th, and then the entry draft is this Friday, Saturday, the 27th. I believe that is. Trying to get my Windows calendar to pop up.
Yeah. That's
oh no, wait. That's off. No, the draft entered the 24th is a Saturday, so that's got to be the. Hang on, I got to look. No, I think I was right the first time. The expansion draft is the 21st, and the entry draft is the 24th. Yeah, June 21st is the actual expansion draft.
Okay, good.
And I think we get the protected list a couple of days before that.
Yeah. Good Creative in the chat says, okay, I ended up unemployed for no reason in my Path to Glory game during the 2038 off season. I didn't even receive a contract extension offer. Should this happen normally? I'm thinking
you should get an extension. It's too easy to miss that contract offer. I think we need to change something there so it's impossible to get past if you or to reject it. If you go back and dig through the messages, you may see it.
Oh, and we lost 5-1 to Boston. This is not good. Not good.
Yeah, we are in trouble here.
So maybe this could be our last.
Hopefully we can just at least limp ahead until get to that Olympic break and maybe turn something around after that.
Just looking at our defensive tactics, we used to be. We've lost everything on that. Okay. Should we try?
I think we've got the right defensive tactic. It's
pinch on the wide rim.
No, I wouldn't be making any changes to the defensive tactics. We've got the counterattack makes the most sense for the defense we've got. We've got offensive defensemen, and we want guys who are going to take the puck back up the ice. We got Fowler, we got Schultz, we got Hamilton. We got puck movers. They can execute that fine. Just I'm wondering if the forwards have enough talent to finish those plays off. And if we've gone probably a little bit heavy on the offensive defensemen in general, they're just too mistake prone.
Nobody on waivers who's of interest. Playing versus Dallas. Well, the good news is they've lost Seguin, but simming the game, and we lost 2-1. Franz Nielsen scored, so everybody who we let go is kind of coming back to bite us.
Okay, this is, really going sideways at this point. And now we've got Carolina and Boston again, we've just finished losing to.
Perfect. Uh-oh. If we do get fired, this will be the first time, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, our record isn't that bad. We've done, about 5 or 6 of these different games so far, and I don't think we've been fired once, but...
And we lose 4-3.
This may be the first... Oh, man.
Not in overtime either, so we're still stuck at 14 games under 500.
Now, if we do make it to the end of the year, at least it's a lottery pick.
If we somehow make it to the end of the year.
Yeah, big if.
If we don't win a game here at some point, we sure are not going to. Should we fire ourselves and bring in a coach and see if that changes?
If we start getting messages, I'd say if the job security dips really low, we can maybe buy a little time that way, but let's not do that until it's really desperate.
I think we're getting pretty close.
Zetterberg's numbers, P-Wog's asking what Zetterberg's numbers are.
We'll take a look.
Started today, they weren't too bad, but he's not exactly the point producer he used to be.
We lost 6-2 to the Bruins.
Okay, yeah, this is a tailspin.
Easy schedule, he said. No problem.
That's what I thought. Now that I look at it, though, Bruins were actually second in their division. Columbus is the top of theirs. Not as easy as I thought. Carolina, at least, is a little, kind of in the middle of the pack.
All right, Abdelkader is out for a while. I'm going to free agency. I'm bringing in Brian Boyle.
Gudu asking about the contract offer. If I can't remember offhand, I think it's before the draft, though. I think it will be not too much longer after the end of the regular season.
Could bring in Patrick Berland, too, for that matter.
Oh, free agents you're talking about? Yeah, we've got the money to spend. We could grab a couple of these guys. Hell, Lucic is out there.
I brought in Brian Boyle. Who can come out of our lineup? Who's not? Andrew Kopp's not going to go down.
Yeah, he's still 1.5 stars.
Let's grab. Might as well grab Berglund. He can put up some points for us. Or do you feel we need some toughness with Lucic?
See what Lucic wants. It's probably a ridiculous amount.
3.9 over 3 years.
And what's Berglund asking for? I bet you Berglund wants more.
4.6 for 3 years.
Oh, they're the same age. Well, all things being equal, I'd say take Lucic.
I'm going to try offering him more money for less years. We demand offer him 1 year and see what he says.
You're probably going to have to go fairly high on salary to get him for 1 year.
Let's try $5 million for 1 year.
I mean, worth a shot.
He says no. He still really wants 3 years. 5.5 million. He wants 7.3 for 3 years. Do we just meet it and call it?
7.3 a year or 7.3 total?
3.73 per
3.7.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, at this point, I don't think we've got much of a choice. bring him in, and that's going to push probably Larkin or Mantha down a little bit on the depth chart, but we need a bit of scoring.
Okay, let's take a look here. Hughshire stays in. Abdicator's already out. So we needed someone coming in anyways. I don't know who's going to come out eventually, but maybe Nyquist comes out. He's only got 16 points.
2.5 stars. Well, an Applicator 2 or...
Backlund got moved all the way down to the
Sheehan.
fourth line. Boyle got put ahead.
You know, I mean, if he's not going to be scoring, there's not a whole lot of point to him.
I'm going to give these lower guys a few more minutes. All right, let's do this.
Yeah, just looking at the screenshot Gudo posted, it's a pretty good career.
Very nicely done, Gudu.
15 championships, wow.
Alright, so all these guys are like, I'm signed. Milan Lucic as a Red Wing is kind of terrifying. Brian Boyle decided he needed to be number 9, so we're going to change him to... he's going to be number 66. No. He will be the number 58. Alright. Let's see if our new guys help. And we lost 1-0. That's...
Can't blame the goalies.
No, let's just take a quick look at their stats. Milan Lucic comes in with a 53 game rating, not bad. And Brian Boyle comes in with 47 defensive game rating. That is not very good, Mr. Brown.
Yeah, that's not why we got him.
We brought you in to play defensive.
Yeah, give him a little chance to adjust.
Ken Holland is named the new general manager of Pittsburgh.
We kicked him out of a job here, so... Yes. Oh, no, he was going from Toronto. Yeah, Yeah, because this would have started, in 2017?
Yeah.
2016? Yeah.
You would have been with the Tribe. So we're coming up closely to the Olympic break. We're on mid-January. We're probably 2 weeks away? February?
About 3. 3 in a bit.
All right.
It starts on February 10th. Now we really need to get some wins in here, or we may not make it that far.
Applicator's back soon, but I'm not really in a rush to get him quite back in. If we can win this game versus Ottawa, that would be sweet. Come on, Ottawa. We can beat them, and we won 4-1. Woo!
There we go. Finally.
Let's see who scored here. Not us. Sheehan by Backlund Schultz. Larkin from Mantha and Mata. Andreas Athanasiou by Ekholm. Nyquist by Hamilton. And Lucic picks up his first point as a Red Wing. And we smile and be happy until we find out Henrik Zetterberg's out day to day with a bruised thigh.
Well, it's only day to day.
He is hurt though, so he is scratched. Guess this means Applicator comes back in. And Dougie Hamilton's hurt too. What did he do? forearm soreness.
No, not too bad.
Redo the lines. And Matt Murray's still healthy. Might as well keep playing him. He's got one fire versus New York. And we sim the game, and we won 3-0. All right.
Okay, turning it around, hopefully.
Cronwell assisted by
Maybe.
Mantha Heesher. Mantha assisted by Athanasiou and Schultz. Lucic picks up his first goal, assisted by Nyquist and Backlund.
Okay, so Lucic isn't turning out to be that bad of a pickup.
Well, we needed something to change what was going on, so.
Yeah.
Bring in a little bit of grit, bring in a little bit of toughness. And Abdulkader is officially back, ready to go. And we're up to 40 points on the season now.
Which would be good if it wasn't, January.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta go and roll with the punches. And we'll go here, sim game, and we lost 5-3 to Florida. Unfortunately, we outshot them though. Take a quick look.
And we're down to, I think, 4 games before the 5 games before the All-Star break, or before the Olympic break.
Lucic picked up a couple of assists though, so that's good to see. What we need. Continue to see from him. Keep seeing the Steve Yzerman might get fired. Jared Bednar might have get fired. Zetterberg says is almost 100%, and Sheehan's hurt. What did Sheehan do? For his neck. All right, one guy
We're
comes.
suddenly running into all these little minor injuries.
Well, I guess it's a good thing we picked up some guys to leave our minor team alone.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to hurt Grand Rapids too much to bring guys up there playing pretty well right now.
Well, we did trade away some guys there, though.
Yeah. Well, we've got Bertuzzi down there, Dominic Turgeon, Svechnikov, all of whom are kind of developing a little bit more this year.
It would be kind of nice if Liljegren had made a little bit more of a step this year, but...
Yeah, is he still stuck on 1 star?
He is, yes.
Yeah, so
Mark Scheifele.
probably a good thing we haven't kept him up with the wings, too. That would have really screwed with his development. It would have been a no for his head.
So Pierre Dorion might get fired. Devontae Smith-Pelly is on waivers.
Probably don't have a spot for him.
Well, we're currently...
At least our name is not showing up on the fired list. We're about to be fired list.
We do have a spot for him right now. Zetterberg's...
Just counting with the injuries.
No, we're currently sitting at 22 players.
Yeah, I mean, if we grabbed him, we'd probably be pushing Abdulkader out of a job, and he's assistant captain. I don't think it's going to
I'm gonna leave
make much of an improvement over him.
I'm gonna leave Sheehan out of the lineup right now. Brings it
Yeah,
up.
he hasn't been having a great season. How's Heischer doing for points?
We'll take a look in 1 second. And Heischer has 8 points in 48 games. Is a minus 19.
Wow, it's 1 point in his last 17 games then. So struggling in his rookie year. Oh, I was looking through the entry draft results, and I don't think none of the guys who were picked this year has really had a big season.
Let's take a quick look at Winnipeg's roster, where we see Nolan Patrick, 15 points in 50 games.
And he's up, 3 stars, but hasn't really scored much.
I wonder where he's playing. Third line center, so.
Yeah, reasonable spot for him to come up in, I guess. Scheifele and whoever they got, Roslovic.
Roslovic, yeah.
Yeah.
Continue. Calgary, we won 5-3 over Calgary. Nico Hischier, 2-point game.
There we go. See, as soon as we started talking about him, we broke him out of that slump.
Call him out.
It's motivation.
Call him out, and he comes out and scores. Unfortunately, Mikael Backlund is hurt and is gone for 13 games. Or 13 days.
Ouch. Oh, days. Okay, that's better than 13 games.
Yep.
That will probably, he'll be healthy again. That actually might knock him out of the Olympic lineup. He's going to get consideration from Sweden.
All right.
Just wondering what kind of Olympians we're going to have. Kuznetsov presumably is going for Russia. Zetterberg for sure for Sweden. Maybe Kronwall.
Matt Murray could go.
Yeah, maybe. Olli Mata for Finland, I guess. Fowler for the U.S. Yeah, we should have a few Olympians.
All right, so Backlund's out, which I guess I mean Sheehan's coming back in.
Yeah, gonna have to do that. Backlund's kind of been a disappointment since that Calgary trade.
Well, again, we could trade him. He's on ending at the end of the year. Playing Phoenix, we lost 4-2, unfortunately. Wow. That's disappointing. And then we'll play this game versus Buffalo here really quick. Let's see. So Steve Yzerman was fired.
No, Tampa didn't seem to be doing bad.
What's that?
Tampa didn't seem to be doing that bad this year.
No. We'll leave Matt Murray in. I know we haven't really played our other goalie, but Buffalo, give us a win. We win 3-2 in Buffalo. All right, goal every period.
Okay. Yeah, we got a little 2-game road trip or 3-game road trip now to Calgary, Anaheim, and then Edmonton.
All right.
Which would be kind of a lousy road trip. Alberta, California, and back to Alberta.
We've won 3 games this month? Maybe 4? So
although, I mean, 3 are in the last week or so, so that's...
Yes, but our owner is going to tell us how he thinks of us here very shortly, because it is now February.
Yeah.
If Mr. Z gets hurt at the Olympics, will it help the Wings cap space?
We already got plenty of cap space, so it's probably not that big of a deal unless it's like a career-ending thing and we can get him off the books for good. Not that I'm hoping for that.
He's still playing well for us.
Yeah, he is. He's doing well. Relatively well.
Yeah. All right. Michael Hutchison was named top goalie of the month. Nobody saw that coming. Still nobody going down on their development report.
Good.
Let's take a quick peek here. Oh, Anthony Stolar's... Okay, he's at 2 stars. Okay, that's good. okay with all that. Let's see what our owner thinks of us today. Probably not a lot.
We've been doing okay for the last little period. Maybe I'll be focused on that.
Maybe not.
Just trying to be optimistic.
Sabres and Leaf make a deal. Connor Carrick shipped to Toronto for Martin Marcheshin. Board confidence updates.
Yeah.
Team has been slightly better. We're 4-7-0 again. So looking at our owner confidence, we're about the same as we were.
Okay, we're at least holding our ground now.
Yeah.
I mean, the objective this year is only to rebuild, so...
Doesn't mean we won't get fired, but... Oh, PWOG66 says in the real life with Mr. Z getting hurt at the Olympics. Well, it would help the Wings cap space, but again, he's not likely to be going to the Olympics, as the NHL has not agreed to that.
The NHL is not doing that?
And the Leafs flipped defenseman again. They send Connor Carrick immediately away. They're like, oh, hey, thanks for coming. Go to Calgary. Well, I guess we are past the hour here, Jeff.
Oh, yeah, we didn't realize it got this late. So, well, we'll have to catch up to the Olympics and can at least watch that in the next broadcast. Even if our Wings game continues to go south, we can at least go through the Olympic tournament.
Yes. Will we get a chance, do you know, on that? As we are Belarus.
Good question. I got to look at the final qualification round history.
All right. While we look into that, I guess I'll start a wrap-up. So thank you very much for tuning into another Franchise Hockey Manager 3 stream. We stream every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. You can also find these videos on our Facebook page, on our YouTube page, which is youtube.com/OOTP Developments, where you can find any stream we have ever done. If you want to talk about Franchise Hockey Manager, you can come on down to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/franchise hockey manager. Our Twitter is @franchisehockey, or if you want to talk about Franchise Hockey Manager, MLB Manager, or Out of the Park Baseball, come on down to our official forums, which is ootpdevelopments.com. Jeff, did I miss anything?
No, not that I can think of, and I just had a look. I don't think Belarus made it into the Olympics this year, so we're going to be mainly watching.
Man, everybody in that deal got moved again. All right, so we're going to just end this game with a quick game at Calgary here. We'll just sim it right through, see if we win. Jeff, do you think we can beat Calgary?
I sure hope so.
We've stolen so many of their players. We sim through, and we lose 5-1. That was not very good.
That somehow seems fitting for the way tonight is gone.
Good, we got some guys
We got
hurt.
2 more games to go before the Olympics.
Hurt too. We just lost Athidasu for 2 months.
Oh boy, that is not what we needed.
Sprained AC joint in the shoulder to the injured list. Well, I might make a
May
couple
need to-
adjustments. I might sim up to the Olympics, and we'll watch what happens.
Yep.
But thank you very much for tuning in. Jeff, thank you for coming. Did I forget anything?
Yep. Thanks, everybody. Don't think so. And we will be back next week with our 1970, or I think we're almost coming up on 71 soon, LA Kings game.
Isn't this coming up on 72? I think.
70. Oh, yeah, coming up on 72. You're right.
Yes, which means a new league is coming.
WHA is coming.
Yes. So thank you for tuning in, and have a good rest of the night.